Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Fantastic Four, First Steps, is predicted currently, although this could change drastically, so we're just going to do an assessment based on these current figures, to do $125 plus million opening weekend, domestically, and I think that's interesting, and I think there's an interesting conversation to be had for why. Because I do actually think, genuinely, that despite what you guys think of Superman, those that hate it, there's an argument to be had that Superman and it not being a complete bust at the box office in the eyes of the audience, obviously some people, yes, but the majority of people like it audience-wise, got like an A- cinema score, IMDb, Metacritic's very high, etc. Rotten Tomatoes are very high, etc. The audience seem to like it. There's an argument to be had for that not being a bust, actually potentially boosting the Fantastic Four First Steps box office, because it shows people that these films are not necessarily just straight trash. And despite the fact that I didn't hate Superman, I will come out and say I wish these films would kind of die a little bit. I am kind of sick of superhero movies. Not sick of comic book movies. Kind of sick of superhero movies, to be fair. So, again, despite the fact I didn't hate Superman, I'm a bit annoyed that Fantastic Four will probably do okay, and then we'll get another 20 years or whatever of Marvel slop. And I think what we'll get now with Marvel and DC both is them teetering on the edge of failure every few films. Genuinely. Because Hollywood executives just don't get it. I don't think that they get it. And I think we'll see them teetering, just verging on the edge of collapse each time. They release a film, the budget's too high, because the last one did okay, so they boosted a little bit, and then, ooh, there's a whiff of failure. I think that's what we'll see. But anyway, I digress. Shall we take a look at this? Yes, we shall. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn the bell notifications on. Fantastic Four is eyeing $125 plus million opening weekend. Could potentially go as high as 155 million, supposedly. I don't know how much I believe that, but maybe. Maybe. It would be interesting if this film is so tonally deaf to what the audience wants that it fails. Who knows? So the Fantastic Four First Steps opens in theatres less than 2 weeks from today. That's yesterday at the time of recording, the 12th. Fortunately for Marvel Studios, after Captain America Brave New World and Thunderbolts both underperformed in the first half of 2025, it appears excitement for this movie is much higher. I don't see that at all, actually. And let's have a look, because they released a new teaser yesterday. So I don't know whether... Sorry about that. So there's this new teaser yesterday. I don't know whether I see the mass excitement. You know, it's got, what, 202 dislikes, 9,000 likes. I mean, it's not huge, is it, really? So I don't know whether I see the mass excitement that people are saying. You know, here's another one day ago. I see people relatively excited, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know. I don't see mass excitement that they're claiming. There's another one. 3 days ago. Maybe 14,000 likes. Just thought we would assess this a little bit and see. Here was the Herald of Galactus clip. Maybe there's some excitement. Anyway, let's take a look a little bit more. I mean, they're right saying it appears excitement is much higher. I mean, it is much higher for Fantastic Four than it is for those previous films, because those previous films sucked. Massive dong, to be honest. So anyway, Disney has marketed it as an event film, and that looks set to pay off in a big way at the box office. So according to Box Office Theory, which we've got the article here, the Fantastic Four First Steps is currently eyeing a domestic debut of $125 million And if it overperforms with strong walk-up sales and positive reviews, then it could be set to rise as high as $155 million domestically. I can't see it doing 155. $125 million I can see it potentially doing, actually. 155, goddamn, no way. So the movie is expected to make $25 million from Thursday previews, the biggest start for any title released this year. I don't know if I can see it doing that. So it's important to note that these are only very early estimates, and it likely won't be until late next week that we get a better idea of what to expect from the reboot, which is true. I genuinely, I can't see it. The thing about it doing $25 million in Thursday previews, that's the biggest start for any title this year. I don't know whether I can, and this isn't simping for Superman, don't get misconstrued here, but I can't see it beating a movie which people were more curious about, right? So Thursday previews, opening weekend, would have potentially a lot of walk-up traffic as a curiosity. It's the first of a new comic book universe. It's a rebooted world, rebooted franchise. I don't know if I can see it doing more than that. Marvel is an established property, regardless of Fantastic Four being an out there new take and the first of a new phase or whatever gobbledygook that they've thrown out this time. I don't know. People know what to expect from Marvel. They know what they're getting. So can I see it beat it? And sometimes that's positive, actually. For Marvel previously, that was a positive thing. People knew what they were getting, and they were comfortable with that. And because of that, they had great walk-up traffic, and they were well-loved. But now that can play to Marvel's disadvantage when people know what to expect, and it's not been very good lately. So, I don't know. It's an interesting one. But I do think Superman being received positively, for the most part, by the audience, would play to Fantastic Four's advantage here, actually. I think if Superman was a failure at the box office, a failure in the eyes of the audience, it was maligned, it had bad word of mouth, I think actually we would see very, very different reporting for Fantastic Four. And it would be very much fatalistic. People would be very anti Fantastic Four in terms of it being successful, and I think inevitably we would see it be an incredible failure opening weekend as well. But I think Marvel owes DC and James Gunn almost a thank you in some regards that Superman, and the audiences obviously, that Superman wasn't hated, because I do think that would have weighed on it. But there you go, it's interesting. What do you guys think? $155 million domestic, I can't see it doing. I can't see it doing $25 million in Thursday previews either. But we'll see. We will see. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.